There's been a lot of press about the library and about what's been going on in the community. And so when Darrell read the letter read the article in the newspaper about what had happened, or about the newspaper spin on what was happening here, it's really great the way that he reached out and said, look, let's address what's going on, but let's focus on the positive. How do we get a program in place that is focusing on reality in these people's lives? I was impressed upon somebody who was clearly together. He personally just made some impressions upon me about somebody who was dedicated to speaking out, reaching out to people who've been working with you, but a very powerful individual who seems to be taking quite a leadership role, as far as I can tell. So I could tell I was talking to a leader and somebody who had a vision for where things could go. Whenever I'm dealing with people, those are exciting people to work with. So we have a display here called "Messages from the Prisons," Messages from Behind the Wall, and we have a whole bunch of letters from current and recent incarcerated individuals explaining just what they want to say, the messages that they want to communicate from inside prison, and it runs from the very personal. This is me, and this is I'm reaching out and thinking of my family. It's a lesson saying, look, don't be fooled. Think twice before doing something stupid, basically. But it's in a personal voice. It's handwritten letters from individuals. It's not it's not presented. There is no mediation here. This is people speaking the truth. The kids at the display has been overwhelmingly positive. A lot of times I put up displays and they're either just ignored, walked by because it doesn't have an impact on them. That hasn't happened to this display at all, which is a positive thing. It's interesting when we spin that as positive, but it's true. It means that they're seeing it and respecting that this is something of value. It's also been watching the kids and how they've been reading. When the kids read the letters to each other, that was a great day. Just watching and seeing them interact with that. Seeing the various people who come through. I've had numerous people I haven't seen before who've just been wandering around taking a tour of the library. Sometimes it's the first time or the first time in the teen room, and they stop by, and the response has been overwhelmingly positive. People are talking about it outside the library, which is always great. When people are talking about the library and talking about positive change, how we can increase the power of good in the neighborhood, it's a good thing. There's just an appreciation that people who are behind the walls aren't forgotten. I suspect that's going on from people behind the walls too, not wanting to be forgotten, but people here knowing that they've got a brother, they've got an uncle, they've got a cousin, they've got, most of them have family that have been incarcerated at some point or are incarcerated today. To know that people are remembering that these people exist and that we're not just forgetting about the thousands and thousands of people that this system has incarcerated, I think it's really important to people. They don't want their families to be forgotten. They want us to recognize as a cultural institution that this is part of our neighborhood and it's something we need to deal with as an institution as well. It's really powerful to have stories of people giving back and to recognize that people who had been caught up so much in their individual moment that they made some really bad choices that ended them up in a place where, incarcerated, where nobody wants to be, that they've turned around and are helping other people not make those same choices. The budget for this has been fabulous, Joanna. It's true. We do not have unlimited funds. We have very, very limited funds in Boston. When we can work out ways together, when we can just get the goodness of heart, the value of intention, and the good spirit of Boston's residents, even people who've been chewed up by the system pretty hard, to come together, it's fabulous. I love it. The budget is, it's been free. It gets people thinking about the choices they're making in life, and how it influences them, how it influences their family and their friends in the neighborhood in a very profound way. That's a really